My name is Christopher Kostow. I'm the chef here at the restaurant at Meadowood and a winner of the 2009 StarChefs.com Rising Star Award. Here at the restaurant we tend to use obviously the products from Napa Valley and the outlying areas, specifically produce that comes from our own garden. So today we're going to do a dish with some glazed morels, English peas, and green garlic, finished with a Parmesan gelée. So this is a very spring-oriented dish, obviously. The morels themselves come from Mount Shasta, not too far from here. And the rest of the produce on the dish comes from our garden here in Meadowood, the peas and the green garlic. So this dish sort of speaks to sort of our style of food in that it is very Californian and uses sort of the bounty of the local land, but it also applies a little bit of technique. For the gelée itself, we're going to use some Parmesan Reggiano, although you could substitute a Pecorino Lucano specifically. We're going to add some cream and some Ultratex as well. Ultratex is a modified tapioca starch. For the morels, which we're getting from Mount Shasta, we're going to do a little brunoise of spring onion and green garlic, a little bit of fresh peas from our garden, and some fava leaves. So for the Parmesan gelée, we're going to start by placing the Parmesan in a pot. We're going to add our cream and milk, and we're going to heat it up slowly so as not to scorch it. So we're going to take the Parmesan and the cream and come over to our Vita Prep 3. We're going to pour the contents into the blender. And we're going to start blending. What we're kind of doing is making like a Mornay sauce. So instead of adding like a roux to it, we're just adding a modified tapioca starch. So we're going to pass through a chinois our Parmesan liquid. You see the texture is obviously very smooth. We're going to kind of allow it to set at this point. In the bottom of the bowl, we're going to put a little green garlic puree, sweated green garlic, spring onions, a little bit of potato, and a little bit of stock, with some green garlic tops, fava leaves, and spinach. So very simply, we're going to combine these ingredients in the blender. We're going to pass it through a chinois. And you can see that the Vita Prep 3 sort of gives you a very smooth texture. To finish the dish, we're going to glaze our morels and we're going to saute our peas and fava leaves. Kind of plate any which way you want. Again, we're just looking for a little height, a little sort of contrasting texture. And then we're going to finish with a little bit of broth. This is our glazed morels and English peas with a Parmesan gelée that we couldn't have done without our Vita Prep.